Hello Vlogmas, welcome back. Hope you're alright. This is weird because this actually feels like the first of my sit down chats where I've actually felt back to normal. For some reason my voice is still, I feel like my voice is still a lot deeper than it usually is, and that's been like that for weeks. I can't work it out, but I feel fine. The only downside is #roof update. Basically, today is Saturday when I'm filming, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna bash out loads of videos, and they decided, yeah, we're gonna do the roof on Saturday instead. So that's just like, you know, FML, fuck my life up, and never mind. We're here and we're still filming. I really don't know what my makeup's gonna look like because so basically I bought a new foundation and it's way too light for my face. And in real life it's too light, and I didn't have time to change my makeup and put my old makeup back on. So if I look like Casper, it's because I've tried a new foundation and it literally hasn't worked. So I'm sorry about that, but hey. I've wanted to talk about this for a while. This concept of, do dark arts work on men when you're dating? And I've done a few videos about it. I've done like a few videos about how men think. And I thought I'd talk about the manipulation tactics that women are told to employ, basically. And the first manipulation tactic is that women are always told to wait 3 days to reply to a man's text or message on a dating app. And honestly, those rules are so outdated now. If you wait 3 days now, you're at risk of being unmatched. Those days are over when you could play it cool. When you got a text message and there wasn't WhatsApp, there wasn't all this instant messenger stuff, and you could literally send a text and be mysterious. You can't be mysterious now. Everyone knows what people are doing. People post their lives on social media. You can't be mysterious. And part of the reason I took a break was literally just to be mysterious again. It's so difficult dating when you're like a social media influencer and your whole life is online. You can't be mysterious. People can see you all the time. They can see you week in and week out. And I literally could not be mysterious. So part of me doing Vlogmas and taking a step back was to get people hopefully thinking about me. And if they don't think about me, that's also fine too. You know who your real friends are, basically. The whole waiting for 3 days is just, it's literally outmoded. I mean, I've had instances where men have sent me a message, I've literally been at work, and then by the time I've gone to respond at home time, men have unmatched me. The world's completely different now. You need to reply within the 24 hours window. And any man that's playing games and not replying within that 24-hour window, they're just a game player, or they're chatting to multiple women. I mean, whenever I chat to a man and he doesn't reply consistently, every day, for me, it's an everyday thing. And it's not a neediness thing. If a man does not reply to me every day, then for me, that's the communication style that I like. And if he likes a different communication style where he texts someone every 3 days, then more for him. Like, he can go find a woman that likes that, because I don't personally like that as a communication style. For me, I like to check in on someone every day if I'm dating them. And that's not from a needy place of, where are you, sending aggressive text messages. I think it's just a place of common courtesy, of someone just literally checking in on your day. And obviously, if someone has a night out, then they text before the night out and say, hey, I'm having a night out, I'll chat to you tomorrow. Like, that is absolutely fine. But in general, like, feigning disinterest as a sign of trying to manipulate someone, you're just going to get caught with people that like that drama dynamic, that dynamic where they like the whole mystery of keeping people on their toes. And I'm too old now to keep keeping someone on their toes. I want a relaxed kind of love where I know what I'm doing and it feels comfortable. That's what I want at the moment. I don't want the drama-filled days of my 20s where I wouldn't know if someone liked me or not. Now I like a man to tell me that they like me. I like a man to put his cards on the table and show interest. I was just quickly reading online before filming this because it was like off the cuff. But they were saying 6 ways to disarm a manipulator. And it's all about how you should try and preempt what they're going to do. So yeah, we've talked about the first one, postpone your answer. And I think these days that doesn't matter. The only thing I will say as a caveat is, sadly, if you're used to a man not showing interest, it sadly can make you want them more. And I don't want to say that, but it's true. It's the psychology of somebody not wanting you and you wanting to go after that and to get it. And whereas before I would see that as, yeah, this potential not interest, I'm running towards it. Now, if someone shows me disinterest, I have to sit back and be an adult and think, no, we're not running towards that disinterest. We're going to actively run away from the disinterest, because that's not what I need in my life at the moment. Running after someone, because that is the formula of what I've been used to in my past, of disinterest being shown from men and me running towards it. But now I've had to learn to be like, no, if someone is showing me disinterest, that is all I need to know, and I need to run away from it. No matter how much I like this person, them showing disinterest is all I need to know in itself. So yeah, these were the manipulation tactics it was saying. Postpone your answer, show disinterest, impose boundaries. That's a weird one, because I think you should impose boundaries. I always think if you impose boundaries, it ironically works in 2 ways. If you impose boundaries, it can make a man like you more. It can also make a man not like you more. But I ultimately think it's going to weed out the ones that just want sex. If you have the boundary of, I want to wait to have sex, and the man just disappears or ghosts you, then you haven't wasted your time. You've imposed your boundary, and then that man has shown his colours. He just wanted sex with you. So, yeah, I don't know how imposing boundaries disarms a manipulator. I mean, maybe it throws them off course and it thinks, oh God, they've put up boundaries. I can't get what I want with them, and then they will withdraw. And then ironically that is showing disinterest, and then women can chase for that. Women can chase for a sign of disinterest, because it's not just men that like to win a woman over. I mean, we've seen in romantic comedies and dramas, women also love to win a man over, to think, yeah, I've got him. I'm the one that changed him. There's almost sadly a sense of status when you win over and you get that man and you get that player to settle. Women fucking love that. They see it as a sign of status that they've won over the man and they've made him settle. But ironically, have you won? You've ironically just settled with a cheater, basically. And yeah, you might have him for a few years and then he'll probably just cheat on you. So have you really won? It's maybe like a temporary win, but have you won? Well, that's up to you, I guess. I just think these dark arts and these trying to keep a man on his toes, playing games and you're being silly, I think sadly you're just going to end up attracting the wrong men. You're going to attract those men that like the constant chase, that like the drama. You're just going to attract the player type of men that like that exciting drama-filled life. You're not going to attract a secure man doing that, because a secure man will run a mile from that, because they will see that you're playing games and they will run. And ultimately, this is the punchline that I've been working to, but ultimately, any time that I've played games with a man, all it's done is it's just extended a dynamic that was already over. Anytime that I've played games, anytime that I've shown disinterest in a man, anytime I've withheld my response, all it's literally done is continue a dynamic that was already over and continued a toxic dynamic. It hasn't suddenly changed a man's behavior and made him feel, yes, I want to be with this woman now. All this game playing, it's finally made me see the light and I want to be with this woman. No. All it did when I used to play games was just keep these toxic men in my life that I needed to get rid of more quickly. And trying to manipulate them or trying to get them back, it didn't really serve me. It kept me in a low vibrational energy that I couldn't escape from. And it stopped me ultimately meeting decent, kind people. Because I was in this like bad bitch energy, but not the right bad bitch energy. We need to distinguish between the bad bitch energy of someone doing Vlogmas. That to me is a bad bitch energy. We need to distinguish from that, whereas someone following their dreams, whereas someone that's just being manipulative, deceitful, and trying to win men over by toxic means, because ultimately you're just going to attract the players. You're not going to attract the stable men. And that's what I had to see as I got older. Even so much as women that withhold sex, etc., from men and try and pretend they're something they're not just to get a man. Like, ultimately, no. Okay, the camera's cut out. I'm literally just going to keep talking. Ultimately, when I tried to do this dynamic, it would literally just cause my downfall. And it wouldn't help. Basically, if you try and manipulate a man with sex, all you're doing is delaying the inevitable. And then, obviously, when you have sex, then what's going to happen? You can't use that manipulation tool anymore because you've had sex. So this is why it doesn't really work waiting till marriage to, you know, snare a man to get a man, because ultimately, you're not having sex, so you're not getting the enjoyment of sex. And, you know, sex is fun, so why would you not want to have sex? But also, you're putting too much emphasis on this physical act when really it's like an everyday act. I mean, you can't put too much pressure on it to manipulate a man, because then when you have sex, what bargaining tool have you got? Because you've put so much emphasis on having sex. So this is why I tell you, you know, if you want to wait till marriage, that's fair enough. But don't wait for God, because God ain't watching you. God ain't listening. Just do it because it's a personal choice. But realize that withholding sex from a man and being manipulative, it's only going to get you so far in the end. I'm really gutted the camera cut out, but it's fine. We'll be back tomorrow, people, with the battery charged. And Merry Christmas, everyone. I'm sorry you can't see my face. But yeah, take care and see you soon.